So now, 90 seconds.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. He'll try. Touchdown, 49ers. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll start the drive with Harris. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on.
I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
So Mayfield's throw into the hands of Pickens. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Steelers at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. That thing is going to be tough to beat in this one.
That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Throw across his body, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. And Lance now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well. Protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They go play action. Mayfield. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On second and 10, Lance. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. 20, 10, 5, and he takes it back to the house. Steelers. But then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice, he's going to be smiling. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
A give running right is Mitchell. Able to evade the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside the 5. There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Let's go.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Stop defense.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Lance finding Kittle, 1st down San Francisco.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Lance now on 1st down. This one caught by Kittle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Another 1st down. Right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Come on, set. Go, hey.
Throwing now is Lance. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And Lance will try again on 2nd down. Catch is made by Hardman. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Lance now on first down. Gets this one to use check. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Okay, so the personal foul penalty. And those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Running left, Davis Price. The tackle made by Levi Wallace.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Bring it home, boys.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They fake the handoff, now Lance. Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
But this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. To throw, it's Lance. Touchdown, 49ers. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield.
Able to find his man, it's Pickens.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands for the catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And again, it's Mayfield. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Claypool for a steal and a touchdown. Seconds in the first half. The Steelers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that is going to tie the game as we approach halftime. Wilson tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Runs over him. He finds some open field here. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want the left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Here's another carry for Harris. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A give up the middle to Singletary.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Make some good plays. Point it right. Touchdown the field,
They'll try the right side with Harris. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end flyer move. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and run the option. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Facing the 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
Almost had to go for it there, right? Because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal. Too short for the punt. You might punt in the end zone and just get in good field position anyway. Let's go for a plus. They were moving the ball. They had confidence that they could pick up this last bit of real estate. That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Boswell good with the extra point. It is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here to their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. One of the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On play action, Lance. Out to his left. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. That's caught left side by Hardman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their position and where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Shotgun now for Lance. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
2nd and 20. once again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are an extra point away from evening this one up. The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for first.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
That's thrown out wide to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket, he tucks it and goes down. Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. He's got him in, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
That's an acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. It's Najee Harris now. Back-to-back plays with a catch. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Harris running straight ahead.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 4th and 2. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. It's Johnson. Touchdown. Johnson. And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point put through by Boswell. They will take the second. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
From the 30 on 2nd down, Lance. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing to score here in the late going.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance back to throw. Looking for Gray, and he's got him. And he is going to have the 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Here's Lance.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now Lance.
On the right side, this is Austin with a catch. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. He's back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because when we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime.
Mayfield. He's got Claypool, and he will make his way out of bounds. That stops the clock, but they'll have something else to consider now. It's 4th down here.
So the pitch and catch good for 11, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
He'll let it fly for Austin. Oh, and it's intercepted. picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they run with Harris off the option. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. So an interception on one side and then an interception on the other. So both quarterbacks, Charles, with turnovers here in overtime.
So apparently one good defensive play deserves another. Both sides coming up big in overtime, both getting interceptions, trying to set up their teams to score and win the game.
They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Lance. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. This is caught inside the 15. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A huge play there in overtime. 51 yards. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before. We've seen guys maybe hyperventilate a little bit when it's their opportunity. Not in this situation. They executed it calmly, and they really got it done.
And now they're set up in prime position. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, it's Davis Price. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Davis Price. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So for the Niners, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona